that, nigga. We won't bang for fatherhood. We gonna do that. Word to Don Yali. Let's go.
Yeah, Howard Shy coming back with a sinister stare, with his table made up and his dinner prepared. Every eye gon' see him, so the sinners are scared. He aim in at your face like the end of a prayer. We eating loaves while the Gentiles devour all the crumbs. You crackers is weak, couldn't spend an hour in the slum.
First, I want to say, call on Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah. That's all praise to the Heavenly Father in the name of His only begotten Son, who the world eagerly calls Jesus Christ. Hey, family right here from y'all Latinos. You Latinos, bro? You ever heard of the Israelites?
Latino.
You ever heard of the Israelites? What we out here teaching is that the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the true children of God, and that they are the actual Israelites of the Bible. Right. That's why they getting on Kyrie right now, because they don't want y'all to know the truth, right? Okay. So y'all gotta repent, keep the commandments, and follow Christ, okay? All right, bro. All right, give me that John 3:18, because when I went to homecoming, you know, people was acting kind of fake towards the brother. But you got to understand that when you come into this movement or into this truth, right? You got to understand you got a different aura than what you had when you was in the world, right? So let me read that real quick.
It's the book of John, chapter 3 and verse 18, red letter. He that believes on him is not condemned, but he that believes not is condemned already, because he have not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of God.
So you got to understand, if you don't believe in the man they call Christ, who we call Yahweh Shah Mashiach, you're going to be condemned. But this is the condemnation that actually came into the world, right?
And this is the condemnation. That light is coming to the world.
That what?
That light is coming to the world.
The condemnation is that light came into the world. So who is that light? Give me John 8 and 12. Because this is the actual condemnation, that the man who y'all call Jesus Christ actually walked the earth and actually followed the commandments. So now you got a problem. You don't have no cover for you no more, right?
The book of St. John, chapter 8, verse 12. Then spake Yahweh Shai again unto them, saying, I am the light.
He said what?
I am the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness.
If you follow the man called Christ, you will not be walking in darkness anymore. You'll be walking in the light, right? So continue reading now.
And this is the condemnation, that light is coming to the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil.
And that's the problem. Men love darkness rather than light. That's why when you come around certain family members or certain brothers you used to be with in the world, they feel some type of way when you're around, because you expose them with your light. They in the dark and you shining that light on, they like, hey man, turn that light off, right? That's why when we come around, they see these fringes on, these tassels, and they think you holier than thou. And nah, bro, I'm just keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, bro.
That's right.
For everyone that does evil hateth the light, neither comes to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved.
And that's the problem. Y'all don't want to be reproved. Y'all want to stay in the world and continue to be sinful, right? That's why when we come around, you get scared. You want to talk about us behind our back. And so that's the same thing with what's going on with Kyrie and Kanye. They trying to spread the message up and let us know who we really are, but the media don't want you to hear that. But then we got these coons that's actually following the white man and basically helping them out on trying to get our brother out of there, out of the spotlight, right?
Verse 21, but he that does truth comes to the light.
But he that does truth comes to the light. That's why all these brothers up here, when we heard it, it was just something to us that we had to come to. We had to go, brother, what you talking about? Brother, why you got those fringes on? What is these laws that you talking about? We heard this, and it was just a different feeling that you just had to follow, right?
But he that does truth comes to the light, and his deeds may be made manifest.
His deeds may be made manifest.
That they are wrought in God.
And it's going to show that you actually follow God. Most of these people around here, they don't actually follow God. It's just cool to say, oh, I believe in Jesus Christ. It's not an actual belief. It's just because they believe they're in America and they say in God we trust, so I'm going to decide I believe in Christ. But when you actually get around the brothers like us, now you feeling kind of shaky, because it's like, damn, he really going full force in this thing. And it's making me feel a little self-conscious.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 13 and verse 12. The night is far spent, The day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light.
And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to cast off those works of darkness and put on that armor of light. We tired of being in the world, bro. I'm tired of being just a regular nigga. I'm tired of just being called black. I'm not trying to do that no more. I'm trying to live my life a little bit better, and I'm trying to inform my people to do a little better. What's going on, family? Hey, y'all, hey, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the true Israelites of the Bible. You hear that? Always remember that. That's why they're trying to cancel Kyrie right now. So y'all need to repent, keep the commandments, and keep the faith in Christ, man.
The book of St. John, chapter 15, verse 16. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you, that ye should go forth and bring fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that what whatsoever shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it to you.
You gotta understand, when you come into this truth, man, this isn't a free will thing. You was chosen to be in this truth. You was chosen to come out here and speak to the people. What's going on, brother? You doing good, brother? What you? Okay. Do you know you an Israelite, brother? Do you know that? Hey, somebody get his brother up front. But look, just know, brother, you are an Israelite. And you need to keep the commandments of God and the faith in Christ. Okay? Right. Give me Revelation. Hey, brother, listen to this real quick. Listen to this.
Revelation chapter 14, verse 12. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments.
That do what?
That keep the commandments of God and the faith of Jesus.
So you gotta remember that, brother. In these end times, you gotta keep the faith of Christ, keep those laws, and you're gonna be good, brother. But if you don't do that, it's gonna be a bad time for you, brother. All right, so be safe out here, all right? All right, go back to that John 15. But back to what I was saying, this whole thing is not about free will. You was chosen out of the world. For some reason, the Lord seen you and said, something about that brother I like. So I'm going to choose him to spread my message, right?
John 15, verse 16. Ye have not chosen me.
You didn't choose him. He chose you.
But I have chosen you and ordained you that ye should go forth and bring fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it to you. Verse 19. If ye were of the world will love his own.
That's what's going on. That's why you get that hate, brothers, because if you was of the world would love you. You know what I'm saying? I remember I came home, I told Mama, I said, Mama, I ain't smoking weed no more. She didn't give a damn. She said, but you're not in the Christian church no more. You ain't at that church playing them drums no more. So I don't give a damn about you not smoking weed. I promise you right now, I could have been playing drums, smoking weed to the end of my days. I would have got all the love in the world, bro. That's a sad thing.
But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world.
Because he chose us out of the world. Anybody you see walking around with fringes out here doing the work, the Lord chose us out of the world, bro.
Therefore, the world hateth you.
That's why the world hates you. That's why they hate Kanye. That's why they hate Kyrie. That's why they hate anybody that's out here trying to push the truth. If you on Twitter right now, we got tons of scoffers telling you that you crazy. Brother, you not crazy, you chose it.
Right. Remember the word that I said unto you. The servant is not greater than his Lord. If ye have persecuted me, it says, if they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you.
You gotta remember, if you following the Messiah and you're not greater than the Messiah and they persecuting him for nothing, and you gotta go through the same thing. So you gotta wear this little badge of honor that you got hate on you, because that means you're doing something right.
If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also.
If we out here trying to teach the truth to people and they actually listen, then they're gonna listen to the words too. That's how this works. This is not a free will thing. It's either they gonna listen or they not, bro. So we just gotta come out here and do the work.
Verse 21. But all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake, because they know not him that sent me.
They don't know God. You can go talk to anybody right now that say they are Christian, but they really don't know who God is. What's going on, brother? Hey, brother, you believe in the Bible? Okay, let me ask you a question real quick. How do you show that you love God?
Do I show I love God?
How in the Bible does it tell us how to love God?
I don't know the Bible like that, bro. I just believe in it, for real.
You just believe it?
Yeah.
See, that's a problem, though. You know, we can't just be just believing in something because they just told us. You hear me, brother? So look, give me that.
The book of 1 John chapter 5 and verse 3.
Bring it up.
For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments.
That we do what?
That we keep his commandments. And his commandments are not grievous.
You want to show that you love God, bro. You got to keep those laws, statutes, commandments. So you can't just be going around saying you believe in something, but it ain't no action to this thing. I can say that I believe in my people, but if I'm never supporting them, do I really believe them? I can say I love my girlfriend, but if I ain't doing nothing for them, treat my man, do I really love them? You know what I'm saying? All these things are actions, bro. So you got to take that in mind and say, do you really believe this? You know what I'm saying? You got to really think about that, bro. So, look, I'm gonna let you know real quick. You are an Israelite, so you got to keep these laws, statutes, commandments, and keep the faith in Christ. You heard what Kyrie said, right? You ain't hear what Kyrie said?
Nah, I just been saying him get canceled.
He got canceled because he put out a documentary proving that the Jews are actually black. That's why the Jewish man is trying to get him out the spotlight of the press, because the truth is actually coming out. You ever see Hebrews to Negroes? Hebrews to Negroes. That's the documentary that he put out. If you go watch that documentary, the documentary proves that Jews are actually black people. That the children of Israel actually look like this, and not a white man with a little hat on his head. Those are not the real Jews, brother. Are you a so-called black man? So-called black man? Your forefathers come from the slave trade? Yeah. Look, give me go ahead and give me the dude. What you had? Give me that dude. I'm gonna prove to you that we are actual Israelites through the Bible. Watch this.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if you will not hearken unto the voice of the Lord your God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command you this day, that all these curses shall come upon you and overtake you.
So what's going on? And there's terms and conditions in the Bible to the Israelites. After the Israelites left Egypt, we made a covenant with the Most High God. So there's terms and conditions to that contract. Either if you listen, we're gonna put matter of fact, give me one. Give me 28 and 1. I'm gonna show you.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if ye shall hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord your God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command you this day, that the Lord your God will set you on high above all nations of the earth.
So if we was to follow God, we was gonna be above all nations on the earth, right? But we didn't follow God, because look at us right now. Would you say that blacks, Hispanics, and are we at the top right now? No. So we wasn't keeping those laws, statutes, commandments. So the Lord had to put us in captivity and put these curses on us. It's kind of like if you got a father, right? And your father tell you to go take out the trash, and you don't go take out the trash. Well, you know when you get home, you're gonna get a whooping. It's just point blank period. Because he already told you beforehand. It's the same thing with us. He's our heavenly Father, so he's gonna punish us when we're not listening. So give me 68. I'm gonna show you. Watch this.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring you unto Egypt again with ships.
So when he says, I'm going to bring you unto Egypt again with ships, the word Egypt in here to the Israelites means bondage, right? Give me Exodus 20 and 2. Give me Exodus 22. So when he says, I'm going to take you into Egypt again on ships, if you look at where Egypt is and where Israel is right now, you don't have to take a ship over there. I got friends that's from Israel. They tell you can just take a bus into Egypt. It's not talking about actual physical Egypt. It means captivity or bondage. You go into the word, it means Mizraim. It means to be like in a rock in a hard place. You know what I'm saying?
It's book of Deuteronomy chapter 5 and verse 6. I am the Lord your God, which brought you out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage.
They call it what?
From the house of bondage.
So Egypt to the Israelites means the house of bondage. So when he says, I'm going to take you to Egypt again on ships, he said, I'm going to take you into captivity on ships. You feel me?
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 68. And the Lord shall bring you unto Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto you.
Just like how he said it, right?
You shall see it no more again.
You're not going to see this type of captivity no more. You're going to see a different type of captivity.
And there you shall be sold unto your enemies.
You're going to be sold unto who?
You shall be sold unto your enemies.
When our forefathers got off them boats, who we get sold to? Who we get sold? Say it, brother. Don't be scared.
White man.
We got sold to the white man. Don't be scared. And not even just the white man. The Chinese man, Japanese man, the Arab man, all of them. They had us in captivity. You go through history and look how they get us, right?
And there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen,
slave men,
and bondwomen,
slave woman.
and no man shall buy you.
Going to that word in Hebrew, the word in Hebrew for buy is actually, it actually means to redeem. Nobody ever redeemed us out of captivity. You see, we still here, and we still at the bottom. We don't get no reparations. They say because we gave you education or something like that, you should be fine, but it's not. You see how people still struggling, going through hardships every day. So you need to understand that, brother. If you want to get out this captivity and you want to actually level up, brother, you got to keep these laws, statutes, commandments. Give me do it.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, when all these things are come upon you, the blessing and the curse, which I set before you.
When all these come to pass, the blessings and the curse. We had the blessings when King Solomon and King David was ruling. We was the top nation on earth. But now we have the curses on us. We see that we ain't got no love for our brothers. We see we went into captivity. We see our women out here acting a fool.
Which I set before you, and you shall call them to mind among all the nations.
So remember these things that I just read to you right now in this place.
Whether the Lord your God hath driven you, and shall return unto the Lord your
You
God,
got to return unto the Lord our God.
and shall obey his voice,
And do what?
and shall obey his
You got to
voice,
start listening to him.
according to all that I command you this day, you and your children, with all your heart and with all your soul, that then the Lord your God will turn your captivity and have compassion upon you.
And that's how we're going to get out this thing. If we keep these law, statutes, commandments, and keep the faith in who the world calls Christ, and in Hebrew we call it Yahweh Shah Mashiach, this is how we get out that captivity, brother. We got to start listening to these commandments. You got the answer?
And will return. And then the Lord your God will turn your captivity and have compassion upon you, and will return and gather you from all the nations, whither the Lord your God has scattered you.
You know, we scattered to the four corners of the world. You can find black Hispanic name everywhere, brother. But if we keep those commandments and we keep the faith, brother, we can get out of this thing. You hear me? So I ain't gonna take up too much of your time. Just want you to know that, brother. You're a king on this earth. You're a God on this earth. But you got to start living like it, brother. So do me a favor. Put out that black and white, bro. Throw that shit away. That's what I'm talking about.
There we go.
You gotta be, if you a God, God's gonna destroy you. You know what I'm saying? I understand it's gonna be, I used to smoke to them on my back. You know what I'm saying? But you can do it, brother. Alright? So just remember, you're an Israelite, brother. Alright, stay up. Check out that bar, brother. I mean, if you don't want to get you don't it's what, you got some questions?
Not really. It's a lie. Arabic guy.
He Arabic?
Ishmael.
So you Ishmael?
Ishmael, what's that?
That's, you don't know that's your forefather? He's Ishmael? He don't know nothing. He just up here. He just up here lying. So look,
Is this on Facebook?
It's on Facebook. So look,
How many views you get it?
I don't know, but look, listen to this. Listen to this. When we get up on top, when the black slaves get on top, you're gonna be my slave, bro.
That's right.
Yeah, you. So you work out?
Back to Iraq.
No, it's good. I ain't finna dab you up. But look, you hit the gym, right? You working out. Make sure you hit the gym real hard, cause you're gonna be breaking big rocks and the little rocks at the end. So always remember that. All right, brother. So get paid. Go ahead, bro. It's good. All right, bro. Oh, there you go, right there. Yeah.
It's the book of Psalm, chapter 83, and verse 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden one.
That's what's going on right now. That's why every time we try to come out here and push the truth, they trying to get it out of the air. They trying to burn these books, erase this history, so we don't know who we are. These people have been against us since day one, because they know we have the keys to the kingdom that you were saying like that.
All right. Verse 4. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
What?
Cut them off from being a nation.
That's what they trying to do. That's why they don't let you know who you are, and they give you names so they tell you that you black or you Hispanic or whatever, right? So you don't know where you come from. You don't understand where you come from. You don't know your heritage, bro.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Read that.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to erase us from the history books and let us and try to make sure we don't know who we are. But we are a chosen people, a chosen generation. Give me that in what is that? 2 Peter 2:9, bro.
Look it out.
This book of 2 Peter, chapter 2, and verse. This book of 1 Peter, chapter 2, and verse 9. But you are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people, that you should show forth the praises of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to tell our people to return into this marvelous light. Go ahead.
Which in time past were not a people, but now are the people of God.
And that's now we got cut off. We got cut off because we weren't acting right. So now we being called not a people, but you always got to remember you are the chosen people of God.
Which had not attained mercy, but now have obtained mercy.
And that's what's going on right now. We have attained mercy. That's what the Lord has chosen servants right here, so we can go ahead and push this word, and we can wake our people up in these end times, right? Go ahead, and John 15, we're gonna end off with. Start at 22.
John 15, verse 22. It says, if I had not come and spoken unto them, they have not sinned. It says, but now they have no cloak for their sin.
That's what's going on. When you come around people, you show your light to them, you're taking away the cloak of sin away from them. They see a brother like you that used to do all these things and used to be low, but now you done came up high and now you showing your light. So you're exposing them. That's the same thing Christ did when he's on the scene. So with that, shalom.